Mario, it's time to get up, Mario. Mario. Mario falls asleep very easily, as you can see. Um, most of the games, I think most of the games, the 3D games, if you leave them alone for too long, goes to sleep, and you get the snoring sounds. So last week we were just about to enter Bowser Jr.'s Galaxy Reactor, and this week we're going to actually do that and take on Mega Leg, who was again one of the bosses that was showcased, I think, before as soon as the game came out or before the game even came out. One of these ones that showed off the graphics capability of the Wii, you know. So yeah, we'll take him on. I was thinking, how do we defeat these guys again? Yeah, we have to knock him in. Yeah, whoa, that's close. I was thinking, I have a kind of strange. Well, I was thinking, you know, the schedule at the moment is Super Mario Galaxy every weekend, but what if I was to mix it up and do maybe a different game every second weekend, or maybe do 3 episodes of one and then mix it up with a fourth of another. Um, just because I realize that not everyone might like, not everyone might be into Super Mario Galaxy. Someone might like to see something different, and I could do that too. So if there's any other game that you have in mind that I could alternate between, I am quite happy to do that. It would be fun for me. Um, I have realized that there's the amount of games that I have to choose between is maybe not as great as the actual number of games I have. I'd like to play a game that I have actually finished and I know quite well, and I could talk about and that I can play, and I won't be struggling to finish it. But in actual fact, a lot of games that I have, I've never finished. Um, I've started a lot of games, but in terms of finishing them, I'd say I've only finished about half of the games I own, which sounds awful. Um, but it's just because I think I much prefer replaying games to playing them for the first time. Once I finish a game for the first time, I'm far more likely to replay it. But getting me to finish it that first time is difficult. You know, it's not difficult as such, but I'm just more likely to replay rather than to play. It's the same with books. I much prefer rereading books that I like than reading new books. And that's because I think once you know a game or a book or a film that you really like, you sort of look forward to your favorite parts and you know what to expect, and that's a good thing. People think that not knowing what's coming next is sort of, it takes away the fun, but actually knowing what comes next is fun too. You can sort of manage, you can sort of anticipate it. You can anticipate it because you know what your favorite parts are and when they're coming up, and you can be looking forward to this particular part. Whereas if you're playing for the first time, you don't really know what to expect, and I just think you can sort of, and as well as that, if you're playing for the first time, there's chances are that the pacing is going to be slightly off, because there'll be times where you get stuck or you don't know where to go. And once you know the game for the first time and you've played it and you know where everything is, you can sort of control the pacing a bit better. Uh, you know exactly where everything is. It can take you as long, or as you can do it as quickly or as slowly as you like. All of which was to say a kind of very complicated way of saying that I'm nearly dead here. So I don't start paying attention to the game. What I'm trying to do is get some of these bullet bills to follow me, and then hit this. Oh yeah, they have to break away parts of the shield. I can't let them hit me either because otherwise I'm a goner. Okay, you have to get a bit closer here and get them to actually follow me. Okay, perfect. That's a couple of panels gone. One more in here. So yeah, I don't know if what I was saying there made any sense in terms of playing and replaying games, but I hope it did anyway. Basically, I play games a lot, but I replay games just as much. And that's our second Grand Star, meaning that we'll unlock the next dome, the next world, if you like. And I forget what that is. I think it might be the. If that was the terrace, I think this one is the garage, I think. Maybe. So the color of the globe in the center there changed. Yeah, that's the garage. Maybe, or the fountain, perhaps. Yeah, there's a lot of ambiguity in this episode. A lot of nonsense talk. Fountain is what it was. I'm pretty sure there is a garage over there, though. So he's telling me that the fountain has opened up, and if you forget where any of the domes are, let him know. And the idea is that with each new grand star that the Comet Observatory absorbs, it'll be able to get closer and closer to the center of the galaxy where Bowser and my special one, I think is what they call her, are found. So that's Peach. This guy here is starving, so I will feed him some star bits and he'll be able to morph into a galaxy. Whether I'll actually do it or not now, we'll see. It could be one that I'm keen to avoid. Sweet Galaxy. Oh no, yeah. Perfect. I'm all for that. Super Mario Galaxy actually was a kind of unusual time in terms of my game playing history. I bought it in 2007. I remember going to Game on Patrick Street. God, wouldn't I love that to chop to back right now? But yeah, Game on Patrick Street. And I bought it and I beat it fairly readily. I played it right away, I think. But after that, um, I was just starting out college, and after that, I really got into college, and I just didn't have the time. Um, and while I was buying games, I didn't really play a lot of them until maybe my masters, which is about 3 or 4 years where I didn't play much at all. And there's a huge, even if you look at what I bought during that period, you'll see all these games that are just that none of them were ever finished. Maybe maybe I finished more DS games, I'd say, but maybe not console games. And so yeah, so there was a big patch there, and there's been times like that where I've been busy and I haven't really gotten into gaming or haven't had the time. Definitely, I would say since college ended, I can really enjoy myself again when it comes to these. For those of you, if any of you are watching this, don't know, I was in college for a very long time, and not that I was kept behind or anything, but just I was doing graduate study. I was doing a PhD, and by the time I finished it, I'd been in college for a long time, and during that time, a lot of stuff went by the wayside, and games were one of them. I think 2015 was probably another year that I really got back into it, and it might have been on the back burner a little bit towards the end, towards 2018, but since 2019 now I have the time finally to just buy games and play them. So definitely I've probably finished more games in the last 2 years than I did in the last 10 years beforehand, which is good because you don't want to end up with a collection that you know you spent a lot of money on and that you claim to like but you haven't actually played. So now I have the time to talk about them and to write about them and to record them. So that's a change for the better, definitely. I quite like this Galaxy. It's just a basic kind of platforming run to the end, a bit like the levels in Super Mario Sunshine, which are great as well. That'll be another game that I'd love to play. It's come up here already a few times. So yeah, that's star number 10, I think. The ground star count is star number 9. So we're actually, we were 12th of the way there, have 10 stars, and just 120 overall. I'm not going to collect them all, simply because it would take about 50 episodes. I want to, the minimum amount of stars to get us to the end, and focus on the fun ones that are easy to do. Maybe a few of the ones that I think I can beat, even if they're challenging, and then out again, because otherwise it'll be tiresome for people to watch. Anyone who isn't into Mario is going to be here for a long time, and find it really arduous if I collect all 120 stars. So I'll try not to do that. In here now, in the fountain, we have a couple of new options. Space Jump Galaxy. So, and Pull Star Path. Yep, perfect. This is another one that might be kind of awkward with the Pro Controller and without the motion controls, because I've only ever played with the motion controls. So we'll see what's going to be like. Oh yes, the music here is wonderful. Super Mario Galaxy was the first Mario game, I think, that had a fully, or maybe it was Super Mario Galaxy 2, but I feel it was Super Mario Galaxy 1. Either one of those anyway, that had a fully orchestral soundtrack. So it wasn't sort of MIDI files or that kind of thing. It was actually a full band playing. And you can tell if you look at something like Good Egg Galaxy, or Gusty Garden Galaxy, you can tell it's really bombastic. So yeah, it really makes a difference. I would definitely recommend the soundtrack, even if you're not into this game, even if you're not into games. There's so much to be gained from listening to soundtracks that are as dynamic as Super Mario Galaxy. So we'll collect these shards. They create a new star for us. So we'll spin in that. I hope I'm collecting enough star bits. I feel like it's going to cost me later on if I haven't. Another kind of Easter egg here. This is very similar to the dolphin, which is on a Mars ship in Pikmin. If I was to pick another game to play besides Super Mario Galaxy right now, I'd probably pick Pikmin. I'd pick up a Pikmin, to paraphrase the Penguin Bar, and I think that would be a good game to play. Each episode would be a day long, and you'd have 30 of them. It'd be very neat. Pikmin was definitely a contender when it came to picking a game to play. So yeah, we'll basically what I have to do is grab these stars and with the cursor, and then they sort of drag me towards them. But it's space, so you can kind of sort of get pulled anywhere. You have to kind of grab them on time. Otherwise, you'll be led astray. So yeah, this is a kind of weird ending to the stage, but all the toads are in these crystals, and we need to break them out so that they can give us our reward. Yep, here's Captain Toad again. Hi, Mario. And he's gonna give us. Alright, he's not actually gonna give us a star, he's gonna give us a path to a star. But that's okay too. Oh, yes, okay. So here, again, these are the kind of ideas that Super Mario Galaxy is throwing around, and they can afford to use these a couple of times and never again, just simply because of the richness of ideas that they have. These paths only form as I walk towards them, so whoa, kind of span out on me there. So yeah, you don't really know where you're going until you actually go there. So these things, for example, only form when you're jumping towards them. So yeah, I think I'm getting used to the controls now, though. I don't think I'm struggling too much. It says he who is about to fall. Yeah, star 4, and then a 5th star over here. It's always 5 when it comes to stars in Mario, I guess, because it's 5 points. Yeah, and just to psych you out a little bit more, you have to go back to the star. It doesn't just transport you to it or drop it on you. You have to actually follow it back. Here we go. So yeah, we're making a lot of progress at the moment. It's 11 stars. And like I say, I think you only need 50 to finish the game. So we're actually almost 20% of the way there. I might be wrong about the 50. It's 17 Super Mario 64, and it's 50 in Super Mario Sunshine. I think it's 50 here too. To be honest, I've always collected everything before I've actually finished the game, so I can't remember what's the actual minimum needed to actually beat it. This one is very fun. The main reason we play games is fun, so if it's not fun, then something wrong. But this one is Rolling Green Galaxy, so here we have to balance on. Again, I'm not too sure how this is going to work with the controls, because it usually means holding a Wii remote vertical. Okay, so this is Billboard, and Billboard is gonna he's gonna say that, right? Okay, so if you hold the controller vertically up, okay, then it whoa, okay. So yeah, it's much the same as the diagram there, except I don't have either of those controllers. That you can see, I have one that actually looks like a GameCube controller. So just picture me holding that and trying to balance it. If I move it forward, then Mario will go faster. If I hold it straight up or pull it back, then he'll slow down. He'll decelerate. So what I want to do is navigate these holes and enemies, and not not go too fast or too slow. I want to move it forward, when I need speed or to get over an obstacle, and pull back then, whoa, when I need to slow it down. So this is awkward, but I'm going to have to jump this. Right, okay. Into the cannon. Okay, now you're there, I think. Oh yeah, perfect. That wasn't too bad. I thought it was expecting worse. That's definitely one. We're definitely master that again. But yeah, fun. I hope one of the things that's coming across in this playthrough is you need to get your hands in this game. You need to get your hands on Wii or Wii U or Switch and play this for yourself, because you're going to have a great time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed episode 5. I'm quite proud that I managed to keep it going for this long. Usually I don't have the discipline to see things out that I try. So the fact that this creative endeavor has got us to 5 episodes, one every weekend, it's pretty good going. I'm happy with that. I'll see you next weekend.